Welcome guys to another video. Right, so I just want to go over my trades that I took last week, some of the positions that I currently have running, taking you guys through the framework that I explained to you in a video that I did 3 videos prior to this one. Right, so that's the video that I did where I was explaining this whole technical analysis model to you guys. So I just want to show you that I do not only talk the talk, but I also walk the talk, right? So to show you that I follow this very same framework to actually get to my trade ideas. Of course, I won't be going over the fundamentals process, but that is the basic, that is the most important, right? So if anything, deep dive into the fundamentals, understand how you get your direction based on the fundamentals, and then it will be easier when it comes to the technical analysis. But like I said, I just want to show you guys the technical analysis side of things in terms of how we do it. Just as a quick refresher, remember, we firstly focus on pullbacks depending on whether it's on the weekly time frame or the daily time frame. Then we focus on the entries dependent on the time frame that we got the pullback from. And remember, we're trading simple supply and demand. And then of course we also incorporate a forex carry trade. What does that mean? That means that we're using interest rates to our advantage. We're making sure that we're getting paid every single night for having the trade open. And then of course we also use forex sentiment as a tool that actually helps us to keep our emotions in check and not to rush our trade to actually go into profit, or to understand if our trade is actually going against us, right? So that's just a quick summary of the whole thing. So firstly, starting off, we have oil. This is Brent crude oil. So essentially, I've been looking to buy oil fundamental. I'll just give you a simplified or a summarized version of the fundamental aspect. Why am I looking to buy? Because of the Middle East tensions, and that should affect supply of oil, especially because they are escalating. And if Iran actually gets involved, I think there was an article I read, just that I haven't verified everything, that apparently Israel actually there was a strike on I think it was a gas pipe, Iran's gas pipe, and the strike was from Israel, right? If that is true, that is definitely gonna cause an escalation. But I've been looking to buy oil since October, after the actual war started, October 7, when Hamas actually attacked Israel. So ever since then, that is when I've been looking to buy oil, right? And of course I missed the entry at the bottom, but doesn't matter if I miss one, I'll still be looking to capitalize. So how did I approach this one, right? So let's quickly go into the daily time frame, right? So if we go into the daily time frame, we can see that we had a pullback on the daily, which is a bearish close. Then I waited for, I was looking to trade the next day, which would have been Thursday here. So just go into the lower time frames. I went to the 12 hour, I went to the 8 hour, and I was looking for what? A simple demand, and like I had explained in the video that I did explaining the whole process in detail. I think that's close to an hour-long video, if I'm not mistaken. Close to an hour long, explaining the whole process. Just look for a what? Look for a, okay, let me just use a simple straight line, horizontal line here. So just look for a demand in this case, right? And then of course you wait for the market to get there, and then when the market gets here, you look at either of the time frames, anywhere between the 30 minutes and the 5 minutes time frame, right? And my entry was a bit late here because I actually saw the trade later than when I should have been paying attention to it, right? So when price, so this was the day we had a pullback, so on this day I'll be looking to buy. And then when price got here around the 5 minutes, I should have entered around this area here, right? So around 10:25 a.m. South African time, because obviously that's during the London session, I should have entered on a close above here. Then of course had my buy limit here placed, and then my stop loss of 60 pips in this case. So when it comes to oil, would have been somewhere around here at the bottom, right? But of course I saw the trade late, and I only entered when it was pushing higher, and that was when I saw, I think it was the 15 minutes, no, it was the 30, yeah, it was the 30 minutes, and I was around here when this candle was pushing high, and I had already missed my earlier entry, or the ideal entry that I'd like to take. But essentially just gives you guys the framework of that you wait for a pullback on the daily, and then you look to execute based on the direction that you have from a fundamental or a geopolitical aspect. And that is how I executed this position on oil, right? As you can see, it's currently still running. Of course, the risk is still open. I'm not yet at break even because I'm still waiting to see how Monday actually closes. Maybe if we close higher than Friday's high, then definitely I'll be moving to break even at that point. But I just wanted to show you guys this trade and the reason why I'm in there, and to show you it is everything that I explained to you guys in that 1 hour long video. So if you rewatch that video and you actually absorb everything there, you should be able to apply this yourself as well. Then the next trade that I have, AUD NZD, right? AUD NZD. Of course, I've been short on AUD NZD. I currently have 2 positions running, so this was my 3rd position I was adding on, and this one was also similar to that one of oil. It was based on the daily time frame. Thursday we had a bullish close on the daily, so I did the same thing. Waited to trade on Friday, right? So I waited for price to push higher, and of course I started highlighting my levels. So as you can see on the 12 hour here, we do have, okay, I said I would use a horizontal line. We do have the supply level here. Simple guys, simple. Not overcomplicating my technical analysis with a lot of writing, a lot of structure, whatever it may be, what flips or whatever. No, just simple framework that gets me in and out of my position as effortlessly as possible, right? So like I said, supply on the 12 hour, then we have a push up in price into my level. So when that happens, of course, like I said, 30 minutes and below, we look for an entry. As you can see here, I think we firstly had it on the 10 minutes if I'm not mistaken, and then once I saw that, yeah, we had it on the 10 minutes, as you can see here, we had a bearish engulfing. That's the trigger, like I explained in that video. And then of course I was looking for price to push back up here, but once we had it on the 30 minutes, I told the guys in the group that, okay, shift your or adjust your sell limit, and then we placed it right here just below this bearish engulfing on the 30 minutes. And then of course price came in, triggered our trade, and then of course it started moving in our position. But essentially similar to the oil trade, and exactly the same steps that I took when I explained to you guys. And of course, like I said, we also have a carry trade when it comes to Forex, and we understand that Australia has interest rates of 4.35%, whereas New Zealand has interest rates of 5.5%. So if I sell AUD NZD, I'm getting a positive swap every single night, so the broker will be paying me every single night. And then another trade that we also have, which was similar in terms of style or of entry and analysis, it was AUD Euro NZD, sorry guys. So as you can see, we also had a bullish close on Euro NZD, and then this was Monday, bullish close. Then Tuesday, that is when I was looking to obviously execute my position. As you can see, we just have a simple, on the daily time frame, we have a simple supply level here, right? As you can see on the daily time frame, here's our supply. Of course, if you want to, you can refine it on the lower time frames, but for me, I'm not interested in overcomplicating my technical analysis. Like I always say, guys, technical analysis is the easiest step, or it should be the simplest step of your whole trading process, because for technical analysis, it's a filter. It's just to filter where we look to enter, not to confuse ourselves in trying to identify the direction and all of that. No, just find the ideal place to enter your trade, to execute your trade, and you wait for the market to come to you. That's all. Remember, sell high, buy low. That's the whole process, right? So in this case, it's also based on the daily time frame. So anywhere from the 30 minutes and below, that is where we'll be looking for our entry trigger, right? So we do not have it here. As you can see, we had it here, as you can see on this one, on the 15 minutes, right? This was around almost close to 8 p.m. South African time. And then of course market, then we should have had a sell limit here, and then of course 30 pips above, way above there. That's our minimum stop loss on currencies. But similar to oil, I saw this trade, it had already moved when I paid attention to it, and then of course I entered at a lower level on a retest. In this case I used the 1 hour because I want to show you guys, everything of transparency. So I used the 1 hour here. As you can see, it was a bearish engulfing, and then I waited for the market to obviously pull back here, and then I placed my trade, right? So this is how I entered this position here when it comes to Euro NZD. But similar to AUD NZD, Euro, we understand when it comes to interest rates 4.5%, NZD 5.5%. That means that selling Euro and buying New Zealand, I'm getting a positive swap, and that is where the carry trade story comes in when we are trading Forex or currencies. Always remember that, guys. Of course, I won't go into the Forex sentiment, but we also look at the Forex sentiment as well. Otherwise, this video would be long if I actually went into the Forex sentiment. But essentially, this is how I got to execute my trade as well, as you can see, right? So another trade, another opportunity that I wanted to execute. I did actually execute it, but I got stopped out, and I'll explain to you guys why I actually got stopped out before it moved in my direction. This was GBP JPY, right? So GBP JPY, similar, as you can see, guys. I'm just rinsing and repeating a simple technical analysis process, not overcomplicating it. But let's get to it. A bearish close on the daily time frame, and of course we start looking for our demand levels because we're looking to buy. Nothing on the 8 hour, nothing on the 6 hour. Let us continue dropping on the 4 hour. Oh, of course we do have something on the 4 hour, right? So let us look at our horizontal, right? As you can see, here's the 4 hour demand, and then of course we had a bearish close on the daily, and then on the following day we're looking to go long. For me, I entered prematurely, and then when price spiked down, let us actually go into the 5 minutes. When price actually spiked lower after tapping into my level, so I went in, I think around here. Yeah, I went in around here. So I had not clearly identified my levels on the 4 hour, so I went in around here, and of course a 30 pip stop loss, it was around here. Then the price spiked me out here when it actually got into the zone or region where I should have been looking to buy in the first place. So I also make mistakes. I'm not gonna act as if I'm perfect, but I'm just here to show you that the method that I explained to you in that video works, guys. It works, right? It gives you those entries that I always talk about, those sniper entries, right? But essentially, as you can see, 5 minutes time frame, we had a bullish engulfing after it got to our demand zone on the 4 hour. So it would have been a simple a simple situation of a retest of the actual demand on the 5 minutes, sorry. So we're just gonna change color so that I can show you guys where the entry would have been when it comes to this. So let's make it red. Then let's go back to the 4 hour. So this is essentially how I got stopped out. So your entry would have been around here, and the market would have moved in your favor. You ended your trading week in profit, right? But I got stopped out on this trade, which is why you can see there's no position running on it as you saw on the other ones, right? Because I did a mistake and I entered prematurely, and then of course the market moved without me, right? Yeah, that's just the whole truth of it. But essentially I'm just showing you guys that the framework is still valid as long as you understand the direction. What is the carry trade here? GBP has an interest rate of 5.25%, whereas JPY has an interest rate of negative 0.1%. This would have been a very sweet interest rate payment every single night. It would have been a very sweet swap payment every single night, because there's a very huge interest rate divergence between the two, right? But yeah, that's the one I have. And then I also had Euro USD. Where's Euro USD? So I also have Euro USD here, which is currently in drawdown. Let's go to the daily time frame, and then let us explain everything here. Oh, and another trade that I missed is silver. Maybe I'll go over silver, but as you can see, we had a bullish close here. Where's this? So we had a bullish close on Wednesday as well as Thursday. So let's do for Thursday. Then we go into our lower time frames, 12 hour. We go into the 8 hour, go into the 6 hour time frame, we go into the 4 hour time frame, then we go into the 1 hour time frame. Then this was my level of entry. It was this level here, the 1 hour. So let us look at the horizontal. This is the horizontal. So we had, I think it was the 10 minutes when the market, when the market got here, 10 minutes time frame. Then of course we had a bearish engulfing. I entered here instead of waiting for an obvious, following my rules, waiting for a pullback and for me to enter at the actual supply of the lower time frame trigger. But I entered here after this one had closed. I entered, and then the market went in my favor, and then of course it pulled back up to here, right? So this is where I had another sell entry, which was a sell limit. And then when price got here, it triggered that, and now price, this is where we closed on Euro USD. How do our interest rates look? Of course, it's also a carry trade. Euro has 4.5%, like I said. USD has 5.5% interest, so I'm getting a positive interest payment for holding these positions, right? So it's the same framework, and it's and I think I shared, I shared a video, not a video but a short video, a reel as well. I think I posted it on on TikTok as well as Twitter, where I said when the market was around these lows here on Euro USD, I said I'm expecting it to push higher. Why? Because I looked at the Forex sentiment, and majority were also selling Euro USD. And remember, like I always say, majority is generally wrong, right? So because majority is generally wrong, I was expecting what? Euro USD to push or to go against me and push up, and this is what happened before the market closed, right? And if we can go into the Forex sentiment, you can see that's the case. Majority is selling, and that is why it pushed back up even after it had went in my direction with this strong bearish engulfing candle here on the 4 hour. But essentially the framework is the same. The framework is repetitive, rinse and repeat. As you can see, guys, I'm just using one line and waiting for an entry. I'm not overcomplicating it, drawing multiple. You can do that, draw multiple channels, trend lines, double tops, double bottoms. You can do that, guys, if it works for you. No, not even 50 if it works for you, guys. Focus on fundamentals. Use fundamentals as the direction, and if you have your direction, the true direction based on fundamentals, then any pattern that you use will work. Any form of technical analysis will work, because as long as you know that the market is to the downside in terms of the direction, whatever pattern you use, it will work. That's not a matter of if it will work. No, it will work, because you are in line with the what? With the fundamental direction, with what actually drives the market, with what actually moves the market, right? So wrapping this video up, like I said, I missed an entry on silver, so I'm gonna do silver so that I can show you, because silver was a different one. All of these other ones were actually based on what do you call this? They're actually based on the daily pullback, right? So when it comes to silver, it was actually based on the weekly pullback. As you can see, we had a bearish close the previous week, and then of course identifying our demand, as you can see, it was this weekly that we have here with this bullish engulfing. So that's a valid demand. And then when price pulled back to our level here on the weekly, where was this? Daily time frame. So it was this day. So we had a bearish close on the daily time frame, and then we would look to buy on the following day, because we need to have a pullback. That's the reason why we look for bearish closes on the daily and the weekly if we're looking to buy, because a pullback tells us, okay, this is an opportunity for you to buy low. Remember, buy low, sell high. This is an opportunity for you to buy low. So on this day, which was Wednesday, that is when we look for buying opportunities on silver, right? So because it's based on the weekly time frame, obviously then we need to start from the 10 minutes and above, right? in terms of entry. So as you can see, we had, this was a bullish engulfing that we had on the 10 minutes, as you can see here, and I missed this one, guys. I'm not gonna lie and say I was in the I'm in this trade. No, I missed it. As you can see, bullish engulfing here, closed above the previous candle's high. Then of course this would have been a beautiful area to enter. Of course, your buy limit, and then you just have a 60 pip stop loss, and not 60, but in this case it's oil, so it's around 30, right? So it would have been way down at the bottom there. And then of course this is how you would have entered, and this is how much your trade would have moved, right? Of course, I'm also not in the trade, but just to show you guys that the framework is the same, the process is the same. Everything that I explained to you guys in this video, when I broke down technical analysis, it is the same thing that I also use, guys. So I'm not making this up. Like I always say, I'm not making this up, and I'm showing you guys that this does not work because of me. And that's what I always tell people whenever I'm engaging with them. My trading does not work because of me, and that is the most important thing, which is why I do not coin this or gave it a code name. Maybe it's like maybe some people would say it's whatever strategy. No, I'm just using fundamentals, because this does not work because it's me. This works because it's based on principles. It's like I showed you guys, I'm just following principles. That's all I'm doing. So if you also take the very same principles and apply them in your trading, they will work for you. If you follow them to the T, if you follow this diagram to the T, like I've explained it to you guys in the technical analysis video, and you apply it and you understand why, like I'd always explain, then you should be able to replicate the results that I'm getting. You might not catch every trade that I catch, but you should be able to catch most of the trades that I do. Of course, given that you understand the principles that apply to fundamentals, right? And I also did a video on that. It's a 60 minutes to find your forex trading edge. That video, that's when I break down fundamentals, right? The basics components of fundamentals. Study that video, study this video, and you will also get the results, because it's not because of me. I've taught this to other people, they're applying it, they're understanding it, and it's working for them. So that is why I'm confident in saying this does not work because I am using it. Anyone who uses it following the same principles, it will work for them, right? So I just wanted to show you guys this video and say this is me walking the talk, not only just talking the talk, right? Not just here to create content for the purpose of creating content, but it is to teach you guys something and to give you something that actually works, right? Because remember guys, trading is a game, right? If you're a retail forex trader, you are part of the financial markets game. That's the most important thing to remember. And for you to actually become successful at this, you need to understand how the game works. And unfortunately, a lot of retail traders are trying to level up, trying to grow their account as fast as possible, but most of them have no clue what they're doing, right? So this is the reason why I'm creating these videos, to give you guys that insight that this is part of a game and this is how you should play this game, right? So that you can stack the odds in your favor and have the potential of winning. And unfortunately, most people just don't know. Most retail traders don't even bother about trying to learn the game because they're so fixated on trying to grow or move up the levels as quickly as possible, and then they struggle and they keep on trying forever and ever and ever, and eventually some of them give up. But guys, if you follow fundamentals, remember the strategy. 90% fundamental. Let's be a bit lenient. 80% fundamentals, 20% technicals. If you try and stick to that and make sure that the majority of your work that you do is on the fundamentals, and only 20% is just for you to analyze, look for an entry, and that's it. On the technical side of things, your trading will grow and will transform exponentially, right? But enough with the talking, guys. I was just showing you guys the positions that I've executed based on everything that I've explained to you, and also using interest rates to my advantage in terms of the forex carry trade. so that I can get paid a positive interest every single night by my broker. So as usual, subscribe, and if you found this video to be very valuable to you, like the video. It's no problem. You can easily just press on the thumbs up button and just like the video, and of course share the video if you like, if you feel that it will also benefit someone else. And of course subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bells so that you will be notified when I do upload another video, right? And as always guys, I'll see you in the next video.